Okay, now we have access to the DLC character quests. Should I do them in order chronologically, or maybe I should do them in the order that they got added to the game? I think that would make the most sense. We have Zoe, we have Vera, Armaya, Jita. Okay, so let's do... Okay, I just want to double check. I can't remember what... I'm pretty sure I remember the order that they came out, but I just want to double check. Although I'm not sure. Okay, here. Yeah, so it's Narmaya first, then Soras, then Jita, then Zoe. We already did Soras, so... Okay. Finished episode 40, which was the last story episode in the base game, Granblue Versus, before all the DLC came out. And now we have all these DLC character quests. Not all of them yet. So let's do them in the order that the characters came out. So Narmaya is the first one, and then we already did Sora's. And then we'll do Jita. Okay, so Narmaya is a character, and she's quite popular in the fandom, which of course also led to her being included in this game. And she gets a lot of attention in the fandom and with official art and stuff like that too, despite not really playing a major role in pretty much any story event or quest thus far. Now, I'm sorry, I have to do this. I have to go on a little rant. Narmaya is very popular in the fandom. I do not like Narmaya. In fact, I really dislike Narmaya. She's one of my least favorite characters. Maybe not that bad. And I'll explain why. And this is a hot take. People are gonna hate this. But if you're a fan of Narmaya, that's fine. That's fine. You could be a fan of Narmaya, that's fine. I won't think anything of it. But I must explain, because people are like, why do you not like her? She's adorable, amazing, sexy, etc., etc. And to be honest, my initial thought about Narmaya, my impression of her was neutral when I first got introduced to her. And then when I found out her backstory, I started disliking her a little bit. But then her fans are so annoying. The fandom that loves Narmaya are really annoying, and they make me dislike her even more. And then the game devs know that people like Narmaya, so they've been pushing more Narmaya content on us in ways that I do not like, because they're doing it in very fan servicey ways, which makes me dislike her even more. So for those of you who don't know, so Narmaya is she's like a cool swordswoman, tranquility and butterflies and cool sword attacks, whatever. But one of her character traits is that she has low self-esteem. So it's like, oh, okay, that's an interesting trait that could make her relatable, so people like her, right? And a lot of people do, or were drawn to her because they're like, oh, I have low self-esteem too, and she has low self-esteem. We have something in common. But the other character trait she has, and this one I don't feel like fits with her character, is that she basically, it's a gacha game, right? So you're the main character. You, as Gran or Jita, are the main character. So, of course, all the characters like you, right? To varying degrees. And, let's say over half the cast, to be generous, is in some way, shape, or form in love with Gran or Jita, right? Because it's you, the player. Some characters take it a lot further than others. Narmaya is one of those characters. So basically, she befriends you as Gran or Jita, and you're like her... not her first friend, but you're like, oh, you help her with her self-esteem issues, so she's so grateful to you, so she just wants to be with you all the time and coddle you. So not only is she wanting to be clinging to you, but it's in the way that's Oh, I see you're having trouble eating your soup. Do you want me to spoon feed it to you? Oh, look, I made these cookies for you. Do you want me to feed them to you with my hand in your mouth? And oh, wouldn't it be so lewd if we held hands? Like, it's that kind of thing, and I don't like that. And I get it. Some people like that. Whatever, power to you. But they kind of push it a little bit for her, and I don't think it fits in with the rest of her, like, cool swordswoman with the low self-esteem, but also madly in love with you in a weird kind of way that's kind of, like, icky to me. So already it's kind of like, okay, I don't really like her, and also she's a female Droff, and like I said before, Droffs in the game are a race of bovine-like traits. So the males are big and beefy like Vasaraga, they have horns. The females have horns, but they're usually like short and stout, but they also get drawn with very large breasts and very thick thighs, usually. And so a lot of the female Droff characters in the game are very overly sexualized. Like, they get the big booby pose, or like they stick their butt out, or they have like ripped pants while they're poking their butt out at you with the booby pose or something. Like, they're very sexualized, which again, you know, if that's your thing, you know, power to you. I think it's a little weird, and also because of the way her proportions are drawn in this game is fine, but some artwork in Granblue is kind of like, those are some interesting proportions. So already, you know, it's like, okay, whatever. I can say that I don't like her because I am not the type of character that she is aimed towards, right? Like, I am not the target audience, right? So I'm like, okay, I can understand that, whatever. But then her backstory, okay? I need to explain her backstory. So her entire backstory is that she has low self-esteem, and she's a master swordswoman because she comes from, her family owns like a swords dojo, and her uncle, his name's Iyata in the English version, it's Octo in the Japanese version. Her uncle is like one of the most powerful swordsmen in the skies. He's a member of the Eternals. I'll talk about the Eternals later, but they're like the strongest people in the skies. He's like one of the Eternals. Her uncle is one of the most powerful swordsmen in the skies. And her backstory is that she's always been striving to get her uncle's attention and get him to notice how strong she is, but he's always ignored her, and that makes her feel bad because her own uncle is ignoring her, right? So when you hear that, you're like, oh, that's kind of sad, right? You're trying to impress your powerful uncle and he's always ignoring you. So it's like, okay, I feel sympathy for you, right? You have low self-esteem. But then they reveal in her original unit's uncap episodes that basically that's not really how it went down, right? That's not really how everything went down. And I say this because, like, I'm not a fan of Iyata, but as an Earth main, I was forced to use him for a very long time, and I grew a little fond of him, right? He's kind of cool. I'm not really into... He's got, like, a kabuki theme to his appearance, and I'm not really... You know, it looks kind of odd, but he's a cool guy. He used to be super power-hungry and, like, whatever, and, like, swordsman going around and showing off his power, but then as he got older, he mellowed out and was kind of like a little bit more about, like, he's still powerful and he's still seeking power in people, but he's a little bit more like a guru now. He's like, he's mellowed out, he's chill. So basically, you know, I think that he's okay, and Narmaya's interpretation of him as the uncle that ignores her paints him in a bad light, right? And then you find out in her story that this is the way the story went down. Her family owns a dojo, right? And they don't really... It's been a while since I've read the whole story, so excuse me if I get some details wrong. Her family owns a dojo, and it sounds like they have a lot of students, right? And her uncle is not really that close with her father or mother. I guess it could be her mother. I'm assuming it's the father that he's related to. He's not really that close to the family, right? So their family owns this dojo. There's tons of students at this dojo. I'm guessing it's well-renowned. And one day, little Naramaya is training in, I don't know, the courtyard, let's say. And Uncle Iyata walks by, right? He's visiting the dojo. It belongs to his family. He's not involved with the dojo. He doesn't really have a connection with his family. He sees little Naramaya, not knowing it's his niece, and he, like, trains with her a little bit, and she like becomes completely enamored. She knows that that's her uncle, and so she becomes completely enamored with that. He doesn't know that that's his niece. And then so he trains with her a bit, and then he leaves. He's always traveling, so he doesn't stay by the dojo, right? So he leaves. And then she gets all starry-eyed. She's like, oh, I met my celebrity uncle. I want senpai to notice me. So she trains and trains and trains and trains to become strong. And she's like, oh, but he's ignoring me. He's not noticing my strength. But their paths just never crossed again. And he didn't even know who she was. He didn't even know that she was his niece. Like, that's like the equivalent of like, you bump into your favorite celebrity on the street and you ask them for an autograph, and then you part ways, never to see them again. And you're like, oh, I'm gonna become good at whatever they're good at. So you try and try and try. And then you're like, how come the celebrity won't notice me? It's like, yeah, you met him briefly. They don't know who you are. Like, that's unrealistic. You set unrealistic expectations for yourself. It's all your own fault. But of course the game is sympathetic to Narmaya, and she's popular. So the way they write the story, so she encounters him like many years later, and she's like, oh, grr, my uncle never noticed me, and you know, yeah, she's parasocial, basically, that's what it is. She's like, grr, my uncle never noticed me, and I became strong for him and devoted my life to training for him, and grr, that really makes me mad. So she finally confronts him. He's like, who are you? Oh, you're my niece? Oh, hi. Nice to meet you. And she's like, you've ruined my life, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually they make up. But the game writes it like as if we should be sympathetic to her. Like as if it was her fault, but it was also his fault. No, wrong. It was completely her fault. She was just completely parasocial about it. But they make up and blah, blah, blah. And they paint her in a good light, blah, blah, blah. And then she has like this other weird storyline later on where she randomly gets turned into a child for no reason, and then turns back, and it has no repercussions, basically just for the fan service of your character treating her like a child, because I guess some people are into that, but whatever. But like the devs know that people like her, so then they're like, oh, people really like Narmaya, so let's over-sexualize her and put her in she's not even in story events, she just appears in a lot of like promotional material and a couple like holiday lines and stuff. They're like, ooh, let's really sexualize her. And oh, you know what people really like? Let's release a couple of versions of her character that are so overpowered that people have no choice but to use her. So they released a Christmas version of her, who's in the element of Earth, which means, and they made her super overpowered that you were kind of forced to need to have her for like 2 or 3 years. And me as an Earth main didn't like that because I didn't like Narmaya, and then they forced me to basically use her in my party because there were a lot of fights or like objectives or special things that you basically could only do if you had her in the party. And then they also released a super ultra powerful version of her in Wind, so now Wind users are almost forced to use her, although I think that's drifted away sometimes. So it's kind of like, so that didn't really help me like her any more. I do see that I think the way she's portrayed in this game I think is okay, because they don't go too hard into all her weird traits. They only portray her as the cool swordswoman part, which I guess, fine, but I do not like Narmaya. Let it be known, I do not like Narmaya. Even when it comes to the entirety of the Granblue cast, there's hundreds of characters, and I get to say that I like almost all of them, the playable characters. Even the ones that are villainous, even the ones that are like psychotic murderers. I don't like Narmaya, and I don't like a couple of the other characters that really push the I'm in love with you, I'm your waifu type of deal. So I'm looking at you. The only ones worse than Narmaya, in my opinion, are Anthuria, which is such a shame because she has a beautiful design, and I started off being like, oh, okay, she's kind of cool. And Katsura, I really don't like her either. Anyways, that's my rant about why I don't like Narmaya. I'm a hater. You can like her if you wish, but I do not like her. But I'm sure she's fine in this game. I'm sure they adapt her to a general audience, so it's fine. But knowing everything about her past and the way they promo her and the over-sexualization, I do not like her. Yes, thank you, all you Narmaya haters in the chat. Anyways, I need to get off my chest. that because a lot of people really like her. She has a very strong fandom. Amaya takes a temporary leave of absence from the Grand Cipher to focus on training her blade. She is currently immersed in silent meditation deep in a forest in Lumacy Archipelago.
Oh no, I nodded off again. Oh, did I startle those birds? Well, I hope I wasn't snoring that loud. What would the captain think? No, wait. There's someone else nearby.
Damn it. Where'd it go?
Who are you?
Oh, there's a stroke of luck. Did you see a Tanuki run this way?
Let me change my question. What exactly are you doing here?
What's it to you? Oh, a katana. You out here to break in a new blade on the local wildlife too?
So you're the cause of all the unrest in this forest. You've made it very difficult for me to continue my meditation.
Oh yeah? So what? I'm in no mood for backchat. So shut your yap unless you want to learn the hard way.
Unrepentant malice, and no ears to listen. Looks like steel is the only language you'll understand.
She does get a cool music theme though.
You cocky little brat. You'll regret talking back to me.
Yeah, me too. Vikala and Mahira are my favorite Zodiac characters, and I don't really care about any of the other ones. It's all about the personality.
I can do this. Let's go.
You're not getting away.
Let's go. Get down.
So I can change stance with her.
Let's go. I can do this.
I'll take you on.
Think fast. Huh? No escape. Focus.
Witness the hard.
Let's dance. Be free. Come on. Focus. Let's go.
Come on.
One last.
Ow.
Focus. I'll cut you if you persist. Let's dance.
Come on.
One. I can do this. No escape.
I'll take you on.
Please.
No.
Stay down. Oh.
Okay, so I have two stances. One's defensive and one's offensive. I'm probably not gonna remember to switch between them.
Again. No. Let's dance. Press on. Let's dance. Press on.
You're not getting away.
The dream is over. Everything has an end. My blade. Take this.
Hey, Zysky, welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming by. Oh yeah, I don't have Hecates yet, so
Focus.
I can tell from her appearance she's probably not a character I like, but
You're not getting
she's
away.
fairly new, so I don't have her yet.
Let's dance. Please.
You'll go no further.
I remember all the memes about her battle stance, though. Those were kind of fun.
Your journey ends here.
When are we gonna get playable Tsuchinoko, though? That's what I want. I want playable Tsuchinoko.
Feel my blade. No. Stay down. The dream is over. Everything has an end. My blade.
The hard.
Please. Think fast. Get back here. Feel my blade.
I don't know. Narmaya, I don't know. She feels like she's kind of fast, but also slow at the same time. I know she's a very, like... She's one of the more difficult characters in this game to use, I think, because she's more technical.
Quest clear.
Gone like foam on the sea. Farewell, fool.
What the hell? I didn't even see her blade move.
Sir, the test subject has been spotted on Amalthea Island.
Wait, is he talking about Lyria? It couldn't be.
Understood. Everyone back to the ship. We leave immediately. All troops withdraw.
Yes, sir.
You there. I'll spare your life this time. You're just lucky I have better places to be.
Sounds like something a loser would say.
People were Imperial soldiers, weren't they? But the Empire collapsed. Why would any of them still be chasing Lyria? Captain, Lyria, hold on. Your big sister is on her way.
Oh yeah, because she thinks of us, she thinks of herself like our big sister, but she honestly acts more like a mother, but like in a weird kind of way. With sword techniques forged by unimaginably rigorous training, Narmaya can stand on equal footing with almost any foe. Sensing danger closing in on her friends, the swordswoman hurries to rejoin the crew. You can take your time, Narmaya, it's fine. Skills hit 5 or more times, max chain number 10. Okay, I could do that.
Catalina, why are you doing this?
An impressive display, Gran. But it looks like I have the upper hand.
Get up, Gran! You can't quit now!
I can't afford to waste any more time here. This next blow will finish you.
Wait! Catalina, stop!
Right? It really sucks when the characters you don't like are really good for your team. Like I said, being kind of forced to use Christmas Narmaya for a very long time. And also now, I said that I also don't like Antheria, and now her Christmas version was also pretty good for Earth. For auto teams and stuff and shenanigans for a while. And I'm like, dang it, why is it the two characters I dislike?
Silence! This ends here! Where did you come from?
Lieutenant Catalina, we'll handle her.
All of you, fall back. This woman is not to be taken lightly.
Raya?
It's all right now. Don't you worry.
Maya! Catalina is...
Like, the thing is too, like, I liked Antheria's design when we first met her. And then I didn't really like her personality, but it was passable and okay until I got to the Christmas version of her, which was also the Earth version, which I was like, ugh, I got to use her. And then I did her Fate episode, and it's just downright icky. Her Fate episode in her Christmas version is just downright icky. It made me feel, it's the only real Fate episode in the game that really made me feel, ugh. Hey Aru, welcome back. Thank you so much for calling Kirby and the Kirby lip sync.
Yes, she doesn't seem like herself at all. Just what happened to her.
Hey, watch out! Here she comes!
Ares, come forth! Ares? Ares.
Oh, I thought I was gonna fight Catalina, but I'm fighting Ares.
So much aggression. Has that primal lost control?
So is this in the alternate world? Because, like, this is not how the events unfolded the first time. But I'm pretty sure if Catalina knocked herself out and we fought Ares with Narmaya, we wouldn't have to refight Ares without Narmaya, so...
Come on then. I won't let you hurt Gran and the others. Not bad. Please, stay
Stop hitting me! I can't hit you from here.
Life's fleeting. A mere flash.
Quest clear.
Rivers flow in only one direction.
What just happened?
Catalina!
Lyria?
That's one problem solved at least.
Thanks, Butterfly Girl. Boy, did you ever show up at the right time.
Are you alright, Narmaya?
I'm just fine. What about you, Gran? Are you hurt anywhere?
He's a tough cookie. He won't crumble just because you shake the bag.
I like seeing Vern animated, because usually we just see like still pictures of him, but I really like seeing him animated. He's so cool. Cute.
My apologies, Narmaya. I'm grateful for your help.
Thanks to you, Catalina's back to normal. Thank you so much. Really, it was nothing. Oops. Sounds like you're hungry, Lyria. Want me to fix you a snack?
Oh yeah, it's also a running joke that Lyria has a huge appetite. It's usually played up a lot in like the joke comics and stuff.
That would be nice. Let's head back to the ship. Are you okay?
Sierra!
Hi, Catalina. You look like your old self again. So they lost their leader. Maybe that's why. Why what? What happened? Well, the Imperial troops who invaded Amalthea have begun to withdraw.
Right? It's nice seeing Lyria with a matching art style portrait. I don't know why they keep using her outdated portrait for all the events. They updated like the main crew's portraits partway through the main story, but they never did it to Lyria. And she has new art. Like they could use her art from her SR unit. It would look much better, but then they don't. I don't know why.
Sounds like they're all heading toward the Vault's duchy now.
Vaults?
Yes, and there's been unrest in Auguste too. But it's a little hard for me to explain.
Io is from Vaults. But Eugen is in Auguste right now. Let's all get back to the Grand Cipher. We can figure out our next move from there.
Right. And your big sister's here now. I won't let anything happen to you.
I never consented to you being my big sister. Amaya arrived just in time to help her friends out of a sticky situation. Reunited, they prepared to discover and tackle the source of the distortions that are spreading throughout the skies.
Isn't that interesting? It's not often that a plot twist can catch me by surprise. I wonder if this is a side effect of that whole warped causality shtick.
Okay, so I was right. It is like an alternate version of the events. Oh, that's how they're gonna bring Jita in.
Well, nothing to do now but sit back and observe.
Yeah, Night Ash, thank you so much for stopping by the stream. Catch you next time. Okay, so Narmaya, Soris, and then Jita, and then Zoe. So let's do Jita. So I kind of mentioned this before, but so Jita is the main female character of the game. So when you play the game, if you're male, you're Gran. If you're female, you're Jita. And like both their names come from Granblue Fantasy. Like Gran, obviously from Granblue, but like in Japanese, it's like Granblue Fantasy, and so it's like the Jita from the Fantagita. But kind of like other games that have a silent protagonist, so you can change their appearance. I mean, you can't really change Gran and Jita's appearance. You can give them like outfits, but I'm thinking of games like, you know, like a Fire Emblem, for example, like, you know, Robin and Corrin and Byleth, where there's a male version and a female version, but usually they choose one of them to represent the series in promotional material, and they get a little bit more attention. So in Granblue, Gran seems to take the spotlight because they put him in the anime, Granblue Versus, and at the forefront of Granblue Relink stuff, although I think you can play as both of them in that one. So in this game, when it was released, Jita was not initially available, and she was added as DLC. So of course, I think on a release, people were like, why do we only get to play as Gran? Some of us play as Jita. And so she was probably always intended to be DLC, just so that they didn't double up too much on the initial cast. It's kind of a running joke that between Gran and Jita, since they're both like players of Granblue Fantasy, Gran is considered like the free-to-play character, and Jita is the whale, as in she spends money on the game to get powerful. And the joke is because usually in games, because Gran's introduced first, he's like the beginner, newbie character that, you know, has all the starting gear, he's grinding and getting stronger gradually, while Jita, and like here, she's introduced later, and to differentiate them, because otherwise they would have the same moveset, she uses a lot of like late game attacks that like Gran or Jita uses like later in the story after they've become powerful and or primarily collected all the Eternals in their crew. So it's the joke is like, Gran's the newbie and Jita is the experienced player who spent a lot of money on the game, which I think is kind of funny. So let's see how they integrate her here, which I'm guessing the parallel universe thing has something to do with it.
I'll never forget looking into the sky above my hometown of Zinkenstel and seeing that gleaming light fall to Earth. It was like she came from the clouds, her hair as blue as the sky. Her name was Lyria. The Imperial Army was after her. I did what I could to keep her safe, but I was gravely injured and left hovering in the space between life and death. She brought me back from the brink by linking her life force with mine. Since then, our souls have been intertwined. You could say we're like two hearts beating as one. That was the start to our adventures. Dodging the Erste Empire, keeping Zinkenstel safe. Oh, and also trying to make it to Estalucia. That's the island of the Astrals, where my dad should be waiting for me. But skyfaring doesn't always go how you plan.
Is everyone all right?
What happened? Did we just drop out of the sky?
We escaped on a sky skimmer, meant to seat only 3 or 4. But, escape might be the wrong word.
I'm sorry. I never imagined piloting an airship would be so difficult.
Lyria, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. What about you, Cheetah?
It sounds like she's calling her Cheetah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What do we have here?
So this is where they first meet Rackham.
Prepare repairs aren't gonna get this thing flying again. So, is this your airship?
Well, yes, but who are you?
I get it. You're an airship crew, right? But by the looks of you can't have been around for long.
A crew? That's not a bad idea. How about we all form one?
Ah, you can forget that. It's clear you don't have an expert among you to pilot an airship. If you plan on calling yourself a crew, you need at least one helmsman on board before anything gets started.
A helmsman, huh? He's right. If we plan to continue this journey, we're surely going to need one.
Sure, sure. But what's with that guy? Saying his piece and leaving out of nowhere.
Never mind him. We should focus on getting some supplies for our journey. Maybe there's a town nearby?
Looks like we'll have to cross these grasslands then. You're on monster bashing duty, Cheetah. Incoming!
All right.
Keep it up!
She has a nice theme though.
All right! Get ready! Ha!
So that's similar to Gran. Oh, I can charge it now. Come at me, slimes. Oh, you're not a slime.
You're on a roll! That was so cool! How about this?
Oh gosh. Oh, that drop kick.
How about this? Stop now! Right there! Here I come! One down! No! Keep it up!
Yeah, her hair turns blue for the special. Like when Gran and Jita unleash their true power. So again, she's like the whale, right?
It's time.
Yeah, blue, Granblue. Exactly. I should have saved my special for this guy. Jita here spends money on all the skins in the game, you know?
Quest clear.
So proud of luck next time. Since setting out with Lyria, we've had a whole sky's worth of adventures and met a whole airship's load of friends. But saving the Sky Realm is not a walk on the beach, so occasionally I would give our crew time to relax back on their home islands. Lyria, Vern, and I were coming off such a vacation, so we decided to meet back up with Rackham and Io. And then together, we charted a course for our next destination.
I'm doing good, thanks, Sai. I'm having fun with this game, it's nice.
Writing in your journal?
Cheetah, don't scare me like that!
Sorry. You know, you're really good good at keeping that thing up to date. I could never stick with it.
I don't want to forget any of the memories we've made with our friends on this journey. You can say that again. So much has happened since we left Cygames.
It was in Port Breeze, after meeting Rackham, that we officially decided to call ourselves a crew. Aboard our trusty airship, the Grand Cipher, we traveled all over the Fanta Grande Skydom, tackling missions great and small. Eventually, the time came when we had to strike back against the Empire.
Oh, they have a picture of this character here in Versus, huh? I wasn't expecting that.
It took all of us working together, but we managed to put a stop to their sinister plans. After that, Earth Day changed, and Lyria could finally live without constantly looking over her shoulder. But I have to admit, I'm still not used to being called a hero. All I did was beat the bad guys, you know?
Wow, Jita, you're so modest. Look at that humble brag.
We did save the Skydom, didn't we?
Well, what were we going to do? Abandon everyone?
I feel a little antsy getting called a hero, but it ain't bad. Whoops! The plume I had tucked in here almost blew away.
Whoa! Where'd you get an Archangel's feather?
The Archangels. Now there's a journal entry.
And a big one at that. You see, Fanta Grande faced a disaster on a scale the skies had never seen.
Well, how much exposition are they cramming into Jita's episode? So this is the events of what makes the sky blue.
The four Primarchs lost control of the Tetra Elements, which in turn threatened to plunge every island into the Crimson Horizon. Somehow, we managed to defeat the Archangel responsible for the calamity, Sandalphon. But that was only a taste of the trouble to come. A mysterious figure named Beelzebub defeated the Supreme Primarch, Lucifer, leader of all Archangels. A shadow fell over the skies, making our previous problems look mild by comparison. One hope remained, however. And it was, strangely enough, the treacherous Sandalphon. He joined forces with us to make amends and save the world.
Let's just spoil the entire series because people probably won't be playing the mobile game if they only play Versus. Or maybe they will.
With his help, we were able to defeat the immediate threat.
I mean, I guess we need the backstory for people that don't know about these characters.
The schemes of the fallen Archangel Belial and his new partner in crime, Beelzebub.
People who don't have a handy-dandy Kiro to explain to them Granblue lore.
Archangels and fallen angels clashed, and Belial revived his creator, the Astral Lucilius. But the Astral awoke with a plot of his own, something he called the Grand Finale. Turned out, like all good bad guys, he just wanted to end the world. He came close, too. He had powers no one had ever seen before.
Thanks for the fun frog fact. Yeah, the Bornean flat-headed frog has no lungs. It breathes entirely just through its skin. Isn't that neat? Thanks for the fun frog fact.
In the end, we were able to defeat him, and Lucilius was banished to a rift between dimensions. The Archangel's story, crazy as it got, finally came to a close. Gradually, life in our realm returned to normal.
It's hard to believe all of that was real.
Sure is. Glad the nightmare's over, though, and that we pulled through together. Besides, what's skyfaring without a taste of danger? I think we could take worse.
Your glass might be a little too full, Cheetah.
Hey, you two!
Huh? What is it, Rackham?
We're supposed to pick up Catalina tomorrow, yeah? So it's about time we set a course for Albion. You two got everything in order?
I mean, I guess it's a nice way of introducing all that lore after we've done the game, because if they showed all this lore at the beginning with Gran, it would have been a bit of a snooze fest right at the start of the story, because you would just want to get into it, right?
Is it time already? I feel like I haven't seen Catalina in forever.
It's only been 10 days. We sailed for Albion, expecting to find the Catalina we know and love. But that's not who was waiting for us. Instead, we were greeted by a world we didn't recognize. One more chaotic and confused than we remembered.
Okay, it's over. Panacea 3? Guessing the cooldown must be longer on this one, but I'll take it. Oh, HP restoration to all allies fully restores allies who are almost knocked out. Oh, that's useful. Support skills used 8 times or fewer.
First step to saving the skies, collect your crew. But as we traveled between islands, things only got stranger and stranger.
Are they gonna make me fight the Rose Queen?
At last, we caught up with Rosetta
By myself?
in the forest of Lumacier. There, we thought we'd find the source of all the trouble, but that kinda blew up in our face.
That man, Belial, is no longer on this island.
He isn't, but both Fairy and Percival ran into him.
Yes, it seems he came here to investigate the forest. But he wasn't dumb enough to fight both Zoe and I at once.
Then where would he go?
Jita, we're dealing with someone incredibly dangerous. I won't answer if you intend to follow him.
But he's causing mayhem all over the skies. I can't just leave him to it.
I should have known you'd say that. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
I also have to say, I like Rosetta. I think she's pretty, but I like her in her normal outfit more than her Rose Queen outfit.
Belial is bound for Pandemonium. That's where you must go.
That place again? With you by our side, Belial won't stand a chance.
I'm sorry. I can't go with you.
But why, Rosetta?
Because I'm not a playable character in this game.
If I were to leave my post, the chaos you've been seeing will only spread faster. So, it's up to all of you. First though, Jita, I need you to prove to me that you're prepared, as the Singularity, to be the Sky Realm's light in its hour of need.
Good joke. Come on already.
The battles awaiting you will be harsher than you can imagine. So show me that you have what it takes to overcome them.
Rosetta's right, Cheetah. If we can't defeat her, we won't be able to fix anything. Looks like we got no choice but to set her mind at ease then. We'll show her just how ready we are.
All right, Rosetta, here I come.
Oh great, I have to fight her solo? This is gonna suck.
Rose Queen shall test. Prove yourselves.
Wait, get me out of here. Do I even bother with the ads? Actually, I should. Dang it, I got a couple in before she shielded. Oh no, not poison! Oh, she slowed me! I can't hit the stupid rose! Oh, I can't even hit her now, okay. It's too far! Oh, I'm facing the wrong direction! I'm dying! Oh god, I'm dying! Ow! I'm dead! I'm dead!
Quest failed.
I should have killed the butterflies faster.
Rose Queen shall test. Prove yourselves.
Honestly, I'd rather fight Bahamut. Ow! Ow, stop it! Why do you feel tankier than before? Oh, don't transition that fast, I need to hit you. Why can't I use my... No, I'm facing the wrong... Why did you turn towards the... Okay. I was gonna hit Rosetta, then she turned and hit the rose instead. Okay, I don't care if these reflect. I keep getting stuck on her. There we go. I can't tell where her hitbox is.
Let me ensnare your mind.
There.
Quest clear.
No sweat.
You've all grown so much. You're prepared. I'm sure of it now. It's time for you to set out for Pandemonium. The final battle awaits.
Thanks for the practice round, I guess.
Practice round.
What's the good fight now? We'll take care of the ones who started this. We passed Rosetta's trial, said our goodbyes, and set a course for Pandemonium. Belial, Beelzebub, hope you're ready.
I see, Rose Queen, that you have sent them on their way. Singularity. I wonder what lies in store for you. Singularity. No. Gran, are you ready? What a peculiar vision. The Singularity did not seem herself.
Singularity did not seem like herself. It was almost like she was a man.
Is this yet another effect
with different
of the
colored hair.
approaching chaos? The only one who can save the skies now is you, Jita. I simply pray I'm not too late.
Okay,